All too often, the word mission has become an embarrassment to the church. We conduct our mission trips in secret. Meanwhile, outside of our walls in the neighborhood, there are people hungry for volunteering and service opportunities. Heather Colletto is the Director of Communication and Mission at Westminster Presbyterian Church in Grand Rapids, Michigan. They have created a website, ServeGR.com, to help connect those two communities. Here to tell that story, Heather Colletto.
Westminster Presbyterian Church is located in the heart of Grand Rapids, Michigan. And we're right in the heart of downtown, which locals affectionately call Heartside. And we've been there since the late 1800s, having multiple opportunities with land and money to move out into the suburbs. But we've chosen each time to stay in the heart of downtown Grand Rapids, in Heartside. And about 5 years ago, we were having a conversation about our relationship with the city and how it defined us as a church. And we realized that in about 10 years, we had given in total $1 million to Heartside, predominantly to social service agencies that were serving people experiencing chronic homelessness. We were throwing a lot of money at a big, complicated problem, and it wasn't fixing it. It was crazy. And so we talked with a local nonprofit director about this, and he said, Westminster, if you gave us your people and your hours, the way that you give us your dollars, that's where you'd see real change begin to happen. And so we started to have a really difficult conversation of what if we moved our focus from patronage to participation? What kind of change would we begin to see within the people of our congregation, and more importantly, the people of Grand Rapids, if we focused on, I believe the number thrown out was 10,000 people in the city linking their lives? And so it led to the creation of ServeGR.com. ServeGR.com is a website that connects you to ongoing volunteer opportunities that play to your strengths and use your passion and fit your schedule. And they're all located within the greater Grand Rapids area. What you're not going to find on ServeGR is 5Ks and group service projects and community cleanup days. Those are all well and good. But what you'll find on ServeGR.com are ongoing volunteer opportunities with varying degrees of commitment, but really creating a list of opportunities for people to truly link their lives. And we do this a little bit differently than a typical volunteermatch.com. We have a relationship with each of the organizations on our site. We ask them what makes a really good volunteer for your organization. We walk people from their very first question all the way through their first shift, because we're really good at talking ourselves out of making a commitment. So we really try to paint a clear picture through volunteer testimonials and examples and clarity about commitment for each opportunity that we have on the site. We actually launched, sort of by happenstance, the week of the 2016 presidential election, which was, too bad for the planet, but it was great for this work project that I was doing. Apologies to my young daughters, but it was great because what people were doing is going, I have to do something. What can I do? And a few months later, when the executive orders around immigration came down, we saw a spike in our filter for immigration opportunities. People were searching the word refugees in our search bar. People were responding to what was tugging at their heart or had been there all along. And if that's not where the church should be, then where should it be? And I confess it's actually really strange to be using the word Westminster while talking about ServeGR, because in all the different ways I've shared about ServeGR, I don't really talk about it being a church thing. We made a deliberate decision to kind of bury Westminster Presbyterian Church in the second paragraph of our About section. To give a little bit of context, we're located in West Michigan. West Michigan is a heavily churched area. It's fairly conservative, and to oversimplify it, there are 400 churches within the city limits of Grand Rapids. Less than 20 of those would consider themselves open and affirming to members of the LGBTQ community. So Westminster is different than what the average Grand Rapidian would understand church to be. And this was hard to do. In a year and a half, it's been almost a year and a half since November 2016, we have had 6,000 different people come to the site. And it's predominantly 24 to 34-year-old professional women. As a 31-year-old professional woman, I was like, oh, great, I made a website for myself. Awesome. But who doesn't want 6,000 31-year-old professional women coming through their church doors? So it's really tempting to want to plaster Westminster on this website. But like we talked about in worship today and stepping back from the communion table, we do not want church to get in the way of people doing something holy. Because no matter if you're getting to know a new American woman through the Treetops Collective, or you're an adult literacy tutor, or you're working behind the scenes doing paperwork at CASA, you are doing holy work. And we don't want the church to get in the way of that. And so it's not a church website. It's not a Presbyterian website. It's not a Westminster website. It's a website for the people of Grand Rapids. And that's something we believe is transferable to other communities. Thank you.